Demonstrations spread across the country Wednesday night in response to the death of Freddie Gray, a black man who suffered fatal injuries while in custody of Baltimore police. In New York City, police clashed with protesters, and more than 100 people had been arrested as of midnight, a law enforcement official said. Dozens of marchers managed to temporarily block the entrance to the Holland Tunnel in Manhattan. It opened a few hours later. In Washington, D.C., a large group of protesters marched to the White House. Boston, Philadelphia, and Minneapolis also saw protests. Meanwhile, in Baltimore, protests resumed with hundreds of people marching to City Hall ahead of the city's 10 p.m. curfew. On Wednesday, 18 people were arrested, said officials. That compares with 235 arrests on Monday, when looting and fires were widespread. Organizers said they wanted to shift the focus in the city back to Mr. Gray's death and the issue of police brutality.
We will not rest until we get justice for Freddie Gray. We will not rest until there is a full, clear, transparent investigation of our police department as well as the police who were involved in the death of Freddie Gray.
On Friday, State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby is expected to receive confidential findings from a police department probe in how Mr. Gray sustained serious injuries while in police custody. Barely 100 days into her tenure, Ms. Mosby will then decide whether to pursue criminal charges against any of the Baltimore police officers in the death of Mr. Gray.